Alex Jones is here. Now, we're going to be talking lots about your amazing documentary, but can we just talk about Madonna?
Yeah.
I mean, she is amazing, and I know you're a huge fan, so much so, she was your mastermind when you did the mastermind thing. That was your specialist subject?
Specialist subject.
Madonna.
Honestly, they looked at me as if I had two heads. But I loved Madonna. True Blue was the first cassette, oh my gosh, I'm aging myself so badly, that I was bought. Mum and Dad bought it for me when I was tiny. And then Immaculate Collection.
Oh, now you're talking.
I mean,
proper.
It's a classic.
Proper. I mean, I know I get a lot of stick for saying that, please, Madonna, stop messing with your face, because she doesn't have to, because she's just fantastic, and I wish she hadn't. But you cannot take away... And what a great idea to do a Greatest Hits as well.
Oh.
I think we're there, aren't we?
We are definitely buying that.
We are. Well, I'll tell you what, as I said, tonight we're going to see Alex in a very different role. She's training to be a fertility assistant. Well, Alex's new documentary, Making Babies, starts tonight. This is really hands-on. You know, when we talk about people do a hands-on documentary, you really did, didn't you?
Yes. Well, the opportunity came up to do a sort of behind-the-scenes documentary. And, it's 10 hours on fertility. And I don't think fertility's really be covered hardly at all on television. And I just thought it was a brilliant opportunity to shine a light on... something that so many couples, individuals, families go through, and other people, sometimes their employers, their extended family, friends don't understand. And, it's such a hard thing to go through IVF and any fertility struggles. And it was just a very good opportunity to have 10 hours where people would have an opportunity to understand what others go through. And
to trust you with their stories, because, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. And I didn't want to go in there as a broadcaster, the girl off the telly. I just thought, you really need to get involved and to live it, really, in order to do it justice. And you'll see Dr Saris, who's the boss. Oh, my goodness, he is... Honestly, he rules with an iron fist. But he said, the deal is, if you're coming in here, you are part of the team. And I've got very high standards, and I expect you to be a cog in our machine.
And there you are. And
there he is.
I tell you what, you look the part, that's for sure.
Well, I love scrubs.
Yes, but you really did. You sort of rolled up your sleeves and you got on with it.
Yeah, I did.
It was, and what I really liked about this as well, which I thought was crucial, was we hear a lot about IVF success stories, and I think there is a perception that you just say, oh, I'll go and have IVF, or I'll freeze my eggs, and then it's all going to be okay. Of course, it isn't.
No.
And oftentimes it really isn't, and the heartbreak and the pain of that, I think it's important to show the realities.
It is, and I think over the course of the 10 hours, it does show the highs and lows, and, there are some amazing highs, and it's tears of joy, and then there are some devastating lows and blows as well to couples who've been trying for years. We met lots and lots of couples, and my goodness, the fact that they trusted us to follow them through something so personal is incredible.
Absolutely.
But for example, we met a couple called Des and Emily, and male fertility is hardly touched on at all. And Des doesn't have any sperm. And he wanted to share his story because he thought, this is something that's not talked about. I can't talk to my friends about it, and I want to bring it to a wider audience. And they've been trying for years and years. And, of course, in the meantime, Emily, his lovely partner, is getting older, and they have managed to harvest some sperm now, and but they still haven't managed yet to have a baby. But they're moving in the right direction. But of course, time is ticking, isn't it?
I know. So there's hope. But it's still not. I think there is this conception, that it will work once you start going down that road, and it doesn't always.
No.
When it does, it's fantastic. It's amazing, as you know. It's incredible. I mean, you've got 3 kids, and the last one was a wee surprise.
Oh, Annie was a little surprised. She was. And I mean, when I was doing this, and Annie was only 4 weeks when we started, because we were due to start, and I found out I was pregnant, and I said, out of respect for the patients, I can't be in there.
I understand.
As a pregnant woman. And so we waited until Annie was born, and she was very little. But I thought it was we'd been so incredibly lucky to have the 3. And I thought, I know she's little, but the time is now, the opportunity's there to do this. So let's go and make it. And hopefully it'll just be nice for couples who are about to go through it, to arm them with information, because I thought I knew what IVF was about. Lots of friends had been through it, but actually I didn't have a clue. It's so tough mentally and physically, and just to ride that wave, you know, and what it does to you as a couple.
Oh, it has massive effects on relationships.
And financial
Yes,
implications, you know, we talk about all of that. So hopefully it'll be a real opportunity for people to properly understand what it entails.
No, exactly. And you've got that empathy because you had, you know, you didn't go down the road of IVF, and neither did I, and I left it too late. And that's the thing, don't leave it too late if you can.
If you can.
But you can completely, you know, empathise with these couples.
Absolutely. You know, we didn't have a straightforward time between the two boys. We had a loss then, and quite late on, and then it resulted in some complications. So, you know, I didn't go down the IVF route. We thought we might have to, but we didn't in the end. But my goodness, it's an eye-opener, you know. But I think once you've decided you want a baby, that need, that inherent need to have the baby, it overtakes everything, doesn't it? And we, you know, lots of us have been there. And, you know, it's all these couples and individuals, that's all they want, is to hold their own baby, you know, and that's the theme that runs through, and for some it works, for others it doesn't, and I won't give anything away. No. But it's a real roller coaster. And
your other baby, of course, is the One Show, which
it is.
Just, what, 13 years now?
Nearly 13. It'll be 13 in August.
Wow.
My goodness.
That's
Time just flies, though, doesn't it?
Are you on tonight?
On tonight.
On tonight, 7 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So all human life is there. All human life is there. I know that as a guest. You just...
Oh, look, there's a picture there of the children in the studio.
That's cute. Alex, it's great to see you. Alex Jones Making Babies starts tonight.
It does, 8 o'clock.
On W. So you can watch you on the One Show, and then you can watch you on W. That's worked out rather well, I think. Thank you, love. Great to see you.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you for having me.